The story begins as Jason fishes before dawn. He throws back a catch too small to keep. Another fisherman points out the incoming front. Both men head home before the storm lands. Everyone remembers the day the rain came. It is a Sunday, and sun was expected. A low-pressure system offshore has turned inland. Along the street, people go about their morning. Neighbors live close, yet it is easy to feel alone. That day they learn they are not alone. They also see how far some go to protect a home. Jason comes home to his old dog and quiet. His wife has been allowed to sleep. He has caught the family breakfast. Their children pile into the kitchen for donuts. The dog has already received his heart medicine. The streaming has stopped working. Jason worries the house is falling apart. Anne refuses to let him carry it alone. A man is coming tomorrow about the cracks. The foundation is sinking and the chimney holds it up. The children talk Jason into driving out for a tree. Jason sends the children to wait in the car. Everyone reaches the car, but no door will open. The children blame each other while the doors hold. Ruth insists she is 8, not a baby. Cassidy starts barking before either parent understands why. They have tried every door, and nothing opens. The family calls the whole thing absurd. They blame teenagers for gluing the house shut. It is no prank. There is no phone signal and no connection. The upstairs bedroom windows are stuck too. Jason waves the family back from the glass. He throws his whole body at the glass. The glass holds, and nobody is getting out. Then they see their neighbors are trapped too. The runner outside is their neighbor. The family shouts for Susan to fetch help. Her own husband cannot get out either. They cling to the idea that help is coming. Days pass, so the street starts talking in handwriting. The children ask why she never returned. They never learned their neighbors' names. A neighbor holds a written message to the glass. One sign guesses the government did this. The neighbor with the boat guesses aliens. Nobody understands why this is happening. Another sign asks whether the whole world is sealed. The family decides they are safer together. Ruth quietly blames the rain. The rain looked different today, she insists. Anne is only holding together for them. Jason takes her downstairs to show her something. Anne finds he secretly bought a gun. He describes the nightmare that convinced him. She makes him teach her before hiding it. Jason works the car alarm from indoors. Nobody in the sealed street answers it. The rain is forming a barrier around the house. Anne asks about air. He has already checked. Air is still getting in, so they can wait. Jason knows the barrier is not man-made. He agrees to keep the gun hidden. The children stay calm and leave it to their parents. Music lessons become part of the children's routine. Anne gives them chores, schedules, and beds. Rationed carefully, the food lasts 2 months. Power, water, and gas are luxuries now. Jason promises to keep them all safe. Cassidy cannot be let outside anymore. Jason gives the old dog the run of the floor. School at home collapses within days. Jason offers to teach something useful. The lesson is how to gut a fish. With no fish, Ruth donates 3 stuffed toys. He shows them where to open the throat, slice down the middle, and scoop the guts out. Jason once owned his own fishing boat. He sold it because children are expensive. He wants to know how far the ceiling spreads. Tomato seeds become their next food supply. Once they dry, she will have seeds to plant. The neighbor's signs come back with an answer. Every nearby house appears sealed the same way. Jason writes that he is an unemployed engineer. The neighbors ask whether the family has food. Enough for now, he answers. Anne catches Ruth drawing on the windows. One night they push the furniture back and dance. They put up the tree they never bought. Across the street, the neighbors' lights are on. Ruth spots the rainwalker outside. The woman only visits when it rains. Something growls out in the dark. Anne dismisses it as an animal. Ruth insists both children saw someone outside. Graham calls his sister a liar. Anne blames long hours at the window. Ruth says the figure is trying to communicate. The apology shuts down the subject. There are cookies, but no sugar remains. She worries aloud that they are damaging the children. Their best is what the children will remember. One evening becomes just for the two parents. With everything off, stars fill the sky. No mortgage to worry about this month, Anne jokes. Then she names it, He is Happier in Here. Jason admits that in a strange way he is. A deer and her young walk the empty street. It is her world now, and nobody is steering. Christmas morning is improvised out of nothing. The last present is piano books nobody wants. Their first homegrown tomato becomes the best gift. She eats it whole and cries. Ruth sees the neighbor needing help. Jason sends the children away. Marcia collapses at her own window. Nobody in either house can reach her. Jason tells Ruth the old woman was not okay. Christmas finally feels over. Cassidy barks again. The medicine is gone, and the dog weakens. A woman starts screaming at the window. The family sees a person outside. Jason recognizes the neighbor at the glass. The neighbor claims everyone is dead. Never be seen, she warns. No help is coming, the warning continues. The family refuses to open the barrier. She is told to hide. Her scream ends with a heavy crash. She is never seen again. Jason calls a family meeting on the spot. Ruth says the one she saw seemed nice. Jason answers that whatever is out there is not nice. From now on, no sign of life shows outside. Graham tells his sister monsters are real now. Anne asks what they do, and Jason answers, survive. The routine hardens into schoolwork and exercise. The chimney cap opens the shaft. The chimney cracks may be widening. Ruth suggests escaping through the chimney. Jason judges it too narrow and likely to collapse. Her silks hoist Ruth into the shaft. Ruth sees cracks inside the shaft. She could never fit through the top. Then she pushes her arm out into open air. She can feel the weather on her hand. Anne notices something is wrong with Cassidy. His heart is failing, and the medicine is gone. The children hear about the dog's good life. The children are sent away as noise rises. Anne turns the volume up, and they sing along. A single shot sounds beneath the music. Anne tells Jason he did the right thing. The body cannot stay in the house. Jason raises the freezer if things get bad enough. Anne tells him to handle it and never explain. Jason handles it alone. A wolf comes into the back garden. Jason coaxes the animal towards the flue. Ruth wonders whether the neighbor was right about aliens. Graham says that either way they are prisoners. Ruth suggests they are being punished. Rain arrives and everyone takes their stations. Ruth goes back for her plant. A wet growl sounds. This time the whole family sees it. Ruth learns the creature has gone. Rationing breaks as hunger overwhelms the children. Anne loses her temper at both children. Empty cupboards reveal what remains. Jason promises they will survive this. Anne refuses it and says they will starve. She tells him flatly he will not fix this. Graham enters carrying gutted toys. He says they could cook these. He is told he did nothing wrong. A pulley rig takes shape. He drops bait down the flue and waits. What happens next? They wait. Jason pulls, and a fox comes up. Anne tries to give her share to the children. He makes her eat before returning to work. Jason builds a cage trap in the workshop. The new bait targets something larger. They christen the whole idea chimney fishing. The floor opens to expose bare earth. Days blur into weeks, and weeks into months. Most people starve and others give up. Some find a purpose and keep going. The lucky ones find each other. Old machines become new survival tools. Inside, for a while, they are free. The television finally dies for good. Music replaces the dead television. The first piano notes begin. Years pass inside that house. The house becomes an indoor garden. Ruth grows up without ever going outside. 7 years later, rain still rules the house. Ruth, now 13, runs a pretend barber shop. Ruth invites her brother in for a haircut. The animal trap now works automatically. Anne questions whether they still need traps. Anne shows the sinking has worsened. The soil is eroding out from underneath it. Jason answers that the barrier may hold it up. He turns a key in the garage. The car he rebuilt actually starts. Anne learns the rebuilt car has little fuel. The 7 years have passed, give or take. Graham calls the whole thing a waste of time. He says the car will never drive. Power is gone, gas is gone, everything is gone. Jason counters that they are all still here. They survive because he fights for them. If the rain stops, he means to be ready. Graham asks whether the car demonstration is over. Anne tells Jason both children are worsening. This is not a childhood. Jason answers that he has one job only. Jason hears that this burden is not his alone. He hears that his family misses who he was. He declares that everyone has grown lax. Ruth refuses to give them up. How long can they keep hiding? A growl interrupts the argument. Anne whispers at everyone to hide. Anne listens as something moves nearby. A roar echoes through the house. Anne whispers for the gun. He signals her to stay where she is. A sudden escape attempt breaks their cover. He insists he almost made it out. Ruth examines what the creature left behind. It is seawater. Then they realize the rain has stopped. Old drawings list creatures from the sea. Most of the ocean floor has never been explored. The old sea stories might be real. Jason hears that the creatures may be reclaiming their world. Jason tells her no, this is their home. He sends her away to do something useful. Jason sees the garden dying. Salt water has poisoned the soil. Jason hears the soil was poisoned. The drinking water is ruined as well. They will be starved out like everyone else. Jason proposes collecting dew and replanting. The water limit turns his rule against him. 3 days without water is all they have. Jason hears what happens when the creature returns. Jason shouts that he does not know. Anne challenges his claim that they are safe. They are not better, only luckier. If they do not get out, they die. The trapped animal bites the offered hand. She was only trying to help it. Her injured hand burns with fever. The infection spreads and the fever holds. The last of their water goes to her. They need antibiotics. Jason gets into the car he rebuilt. He drives it straight at the barrier. Jason braces as the car hits. The impact leaves Jason crawling through smoke. She and Graham drag him from the wreck. A hand reaches toward cracks in the floor. The house is sinking, he tells her. The barrier underneath is not deep. Jason is certain he can find a way out. His family keeps shouting for him to stop. Then it goes through. Jason calls them over to help. It leads down into the main sewer pipe. The whole neighborhood is connected underneath. The neighbor offers their only chance. The opening is too narrow for him. Anne realizes she can fit through. She claims the dangerous trip for herself. Jason jokes about the vow he should have made. Anne promises to bring back what their daughter needs. She goes down with a radio and a light. The radio carries a question into the pipe. Nothing, she answers, and keeps going. She searches the pipe wall for an opening. The radio orders her to come back. Jason loses contact with her. Their voices echo through the empty connection. Graham hears her voice return. Graham shouts that she made it. Her voice confirms she is safe. Marcia Richardson's remains lie inside the flooded house. The place has flooded and drained for years. Time has run out. Rain begins outside. Get out now, Jason urges. She refuses to leave without it. She reaches the dentist's medicine at last. They shout for her to run. A creature lunges through the water behind her. It chases her through the flooded pipe. A voice calls through the crack for Silk. The family throws Silk down and hauls her up. The family gets medicine into Ruth. It should start working fast. Then someone asks for the gun. It was lost down in the pipe. It will come for them now. It cannot know how many remain. He wants Anne and the children in the attic. Whatever they hear, they must not come out. Anne calls that giving up. He says they must live for him. Anne answers that surviving is not living. It is simply not enough anymore. Graham argues their entrance can become an exit. Even the slightest chance is worth taking. Ruth sides with her mother and brother. Their family is breaking apart just to survive. They will escape, whatever it costs. Jason agrees, and they will use what they have. What they have is the house. Open every window. They are done hiding and will let it in. Now they are going to trap them. One child tracks while the other casts. One parent lures them while the other hooks. Then they reel it in and make their escape. The thing meant to kill them becomes their exit. Today is their last day in this house. The family prepares to go fishing. Everyone is told to be safe. Graham tracks it through the dark house. The blast throws them. Anne checks Ruth. Jason calls back that he is okay. A warning rings out. It is here. Graham warns it is inside the house. He shouts that it is coming towards his father. There is no clear shot from here. The signal is given to light it up. The hook catches and someone shouts. It turns on him and drags him under. The family hauls him back out. Rising water forces everyone upstairs. Their best weapon is out of reach. Graham goes back alone. He will meet them upstairs. The creature hunts them through the flooding rooms. Anne drives everyone upstairs ahead of the water. They have nowhere left to go. The family casts the line. They must find the silk in the dark. Anne has them all take a deep breath. It roars as the piano goes under. A grip slips and someone goes under. Jason charges the creature with a blade. He pins the blade against its throat. The threat forces it to open the door. Anne shouts that the house is coming down. Jason raises the blade. Ruth warns killing it traps them inside. Ruth's childhood words come back. The one she saw had seemed nice. It was trying to communicate. She had said this was their home. His own words about one job return. Do not kill it, she had begged him. Jason releases the creature. It whimpers and pulls back into the water. The creature turns toward the sealed door. The door finally opens. More creatures are out there in the rain. All four of them come out together. The creature walks past and leaves them. They walk out of the wreck into daylight. Ruth runs, and Anne lets her go. Everyone remembers the day the rain stopped. For the first time in years, they hope. An act of mercy set them free. They gave it a chance, and it answered. They never saw them again. After all, it is their home too. Years later, a boat sets a new course. Jason calls for the mainsail beside Anne. Ruth is grown, her family aboard with her. The bow reads Cassidy. For years they felt like they were alone. After the rain, they knew otherwise. A radio call goes out. Are there any other survivors out there? Out of the static, a voice answers.